Ever get a raise yet somehow end up with less money? And why does earning more seem to come with more stress? How do people with higher incomes have less net worth while 40% of households earning over $500,000 are living paycheck to paycheck? I know, this math ain't mathin'. So today we're looking at some crazy trigonomics to understand how this is even possible. Hey everyone, this is AJ, your ace in the hole, and welcome to the channel where we simplify personal finance and provide tips for young adults, parents, and anyone looking for some helpful insight. And sometimes we dig deep into some strange anti-gravity economics that can literally destroy your financial future before you ever get off the launch pad. So stick around. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stop this from happening. And if this sounds interesting, please take a quick second to click the like and subscribe button to keep up with all my other content just like this. In this video, we're breaking down the silent wealth killer that is lifestyle creep. No, not that kind of creep. Lifestyle creep, also called lifestyle inflation, is what happens when your spending increases along with your income, preventing you from building wealth despite earning more. And this is not because things got more expensive. You simply spend more because you can. Now, this is not limited to a single demographic. MarketWatch reported that 36% of households earning $50,000 to $100,000, which includes the median household income of $84,000, said they were living paycheck to paycheck. But this is even higher at 40% of those earning over $300,000, and is the same for those earning over $500,000. So clearly this affects everyone. Kind of like a spending virus, or what I like to call a spendemic. The challenge with lifestyle creep is that it sneaks up on you and doesn't feel like a problem until it is. I mean, it feels logical. You make more money, so you upgrade your lifestyle. Nicer cars, larger homes, bigger vacations, better clothes, and so on. You don't notice it happening because every upgrade feels affordable, but can kill your wealth growth, especially early on. So it's critical to know what to look for and how to recognize and catch it before it gets out of control. But here's what most people miss. Lifestyle creep looks different at every age. So how do you avoid it? To keep this simple, let's walk through this by age group, which will show how this evolves over time. And it starts earlier than you might think. Then we'll look at some key warning signs and indicators that this may be creeping up on you, and then how you might fight it off. Now, let's kick this off with the first age group. But before I do, parents, pay attention, because this group also involves you. And while this might be a tough pill to swallow, you could be doing more harm than good and might not realize it. The first group starts prior to age 20. Yep, that early. This is the group that experiences peer pressure for the first time. At this stage, money is often limited, but the pressure to spend is everywhere. Whether it's keeping up with friends, chasing trends, or feeling like you need to buy the latest phone or clothes just to fit in. The biggest challenge? Most income, whether from allowances or part-time jobs, is treated as pure fun money with very little focus on saving. Parents, you are listening, right? This starts a dangerous pattern early, spending what you get with no real responsibility. Without realizing it, lifestyle creep begins here, not from wealth, but from establishing habits that quietly shape how money is perceived for years to come. Next is the 20 to 30 age group. This is when you normally get your first real job, either right out of high school or college, with a paycheck unlike anything you've ever seen before. The age when you slip into the I finally have money euphoria. At this point, you feel like you can rule the world. I can remember the feeling. This is the period where you might rent your first apartment, buy your first home, and when most finance their first brand new car. And usually a little more car than you can afford. Why? Because many fall for the monthly payment trap, which I'll touch on shortly. This is also the time frame when you start to eat out regularly, especially work lunches, because, hey, you get paid on Friday. And if starting a family, buying every baby gadget in sight, because that first kid deserves the best. The next group is age 30 to 40. This starts the family pressure years, and where that second home comes into play, upsizing and usually exceeding the needs of the growing family. And with both parents now working, this is also where convenient spending, such as delivery services and subscriptions, really take off, since the household is incredibly busy now with little free time. This is also where those expensive vacations start to level up. But since there are two incomes now, that's okay, right? And this is typically where keeping up with the Joneses can become fierce, constantly comparing your family to the others who, according to their Instagram, appear to be doing incredibly well. Then we reach the 40 to 50 age group. This is usually where the household income peaks. Luxury upgrades become the norm, as does expensive hobbies. At this point, the family's locked into high fixed expenses such as new cars every few years and the highest mortgage payments thus far. If kids are involved, they've either moved out by now or are in the process. Yet, this is where the parents continue to overprovide for their adult children, simply too afraid to cut them loose completely. And this is the age where the reward mindset really sets in. You worked hard throughout your career, and now it's time to recognize the fruits of your labor. But even now, lifestyle creep can still chip away. Now let's check out a few of the warning signs to look for that may be indicators of lifestyle creep creeping in. And these red flags reach across all age groups. First, and one of the most obvious, is that your income goes up but not your savings. In theory, if your income is increasing, so should your savings, right? Well, if this is not the case, then lifestyle creep is probably already seeping in. Next is that you find yourself upgrading things that work perfectly fine, such as smartphones, cars, and furniture, just because. Another one is justifying purchases with "I deserve it," a classic creep line. And this sometimes gets a little extra support by sale items, which helps ease the sting of rationalizing these purchases. Another indicator is that you find yourself comparing your lifestyle to others, especially on social media. Comparison spending is yet another lifestyle trap. And finally, your fixed expenses keep rising. The more you lock in, the bigger the hole, and the harder it is to dig out. Now, these are just a few of the many warning signs that can indicate lifestyle creep is looming. And now that you have a little taste of what to look for, let's look at some ways to fight it off. First and foremost, and probably the most overlooked, is to pay yourself first and automate saving. In fact, take this one step further by implementing what I call the 50-50 savings rule. Every time your income rises, automatically route at least 50% of the new money to savings and investments. And this includes extra bonuses as well. Raises should increase savings first, lifestyle second. This builds a natural buffer against lifestyle creep and leads right to the next item, budgeting. Budgeting, along with tracking your expenses, is crucial to preventing lifestyle creep. You might think you know how much you're spending, but you need to track all your expenses, even the little things. You'll be shocked to learn how much is slipping through the cracks, dollar here, dollar there. From there, set a solid budget, and this includes your savings and fund money. Set a max cap you're allowed to spend, and stick to it. Once you start tracking everything, overspending will be very evident, allowing you to see the future instead of realizing you have an issue after it's too late. Next up in combating lifestyle creep is minimizing fixed expenses. In other words, only buy what you need. This can easily get away from you with things like housing, cars, subscriptions, and luxury items, and is where that monthly payment trap I mentioned earlier comes in. This is where you're lured into over-purchasing strictly based on your monthly affordability instead of the total price of an item, which is what you should be focused on. This is also where you remove the "I deserve it" from your financial vocabulary and stick to your fund money budget. Also, don't fall into the sales trap either, meaning buying things you really don't need just because they're on sale. In that case, you didn't actually save money. You just spent unnecessarily. That percentage off, just money fumes. Stop, question the purchase, and don't use a sale as an excuse. Finally, another good measure of how you're performing financially with all of this is tracking your net worth, which is the total value of everything you own, your assets, minus everything you owe, your liabilities. It's the snapshot of your true financial health and is something everyone should know. A positive net worth means your assets exceed your debts, while a negative net worth means the debts are higher. Ideally, you want to see your net worth positively growing over your lifetime. Here are a few examples of how net worth can vary, also illustrating the point made at the start of the video, showing how even high earners can still be living paycheck to paycheck, simply due to their high debt. So after all of this, where do you stand relative to lifestyle creep? Have you experienced any of these warning signs? Did you already make some lifestyle changes to keep your finances on track? And have you ever calculated your net worth? Is it positive or negative? Let me know in the comments, as I'd love to hear how you're handling some of these challenges. And don't feel bad. You're not alone. Lifestyle creep affects us all. Just remember, wealth is not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep. And with that, I really hope this video shed some light and provided you with some things to look out for and some options to help. And if you would, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with others that might also find it helpful. And if you dug this one, don't forget to check out my video on automating your finances here, or this video that YouTube handpicked just for you. And remember, it's not how much you save, it's how early you start. This is AJ, your ace in the hole. See ya.